Shit I did for him, taking them out the hood, giving them a chance to be some motherfucker.
Hello. I hope you can all hear me. I spent the last 15 minutes trying to get this set up. For some reason it took a little while. Oh, there we go. You can now see me. If there's any issues with audio or anything, please let me know. I don't know. I will check it in a second. I just don't want all the audio coming through at once. Which, oh yeah, you can't hear it at the moment. I forget. On Mac, it's a bit weird. Whenever you're streaming, it won't let you do like a certain amount of things at once, or you can only stream audio and video at the same time when you're using Mac OS screen capture or something like that. So yeah. I'm refilling on coffee. Make sure we have everything we need to get drawing. Audio perfetto. Beautiful. Good evening, my boy. We're all here. Oh, awesome. Yo, like everyone's chatting at once. Awesome. How you all doing? I have some music, but I can't put it on for some reason. So you'll have to hear it when I'm on the... Oh yeah, there you go. When I'm on this screen, then you can hear the music. Put on the... Put it a little bit quieter. I'm doing very well, so thank you. Thank you for asking. It's a good day today. I feel like it's a good day to be drawing digitally. It's been a while. I got this new software, Rebelle 7. I was gonna get 6, but I never did. But now I have 7 because it was on a huge sale on Black Friday. So I got it for like $20, I think it is. So take that, Photoshop. Your $10 a month for forever, you know. How you doing? I went on a slight tangent, sorry. Where's my pen? There it is. I am going to... Hold on. I need to sort this out so that I can always see my chat. It does disappear sometimes. And I really don't want it to disappear. I don't know why. Can I keep this always on top or something? Strange. Yeah, that's gonna be annoying. Or maybe if I dock it up here, then it'll be easier to see. Okay. What are we drawing today? That's a good question. I think we should draw some practice. We should definitely do some practice. I'm thinking of kind of doing a little bit of like a... What's it called? The series I do, the fundamental days. I'm thinking of doing that here. Doing some basic shapes, doing a little bit of perspective. And then after that, I'm going to find a movie scene as recommended by... Sorry, I'm terrible with names, so I'll get the name real quick. Where are you? On our Discord, which I forgot to put a link to the Discord. Oh, streamer mode's enabled, so I can't see his name. Oh yeah, Lim Studios Art, my boy. He recommended that we do a character from a movie, which is an awesome recommendation. And I've got a couple of these cool screenshots of films and stuff that I found this website a while ago, and I had like a free trial on it, and I could just get screen grabs from movies. So yeah, that's that's where I've got a couple of those. So I want to draw a scene from that, but I also want to do a little bit of our fundamentals day stuff that we usually do, just so seeing if this is a better format for it. It's a bit of an experiment. But I have drawn a couple of things digitally, and nothing beats the feel you get on a piece of paper. It may just be the tablet I have, but the tablet I have is pretty good in my opinion. So yeah, hold on, let's make sure I'm not covering the important stuff on the screen. Oh great. Hold on, let's make sure I'm not covering anything important on the screen when we're drawing. I'll put myself over here. Actually, to be honest, the most important thing is the drawing itself, so yeah, I'll put myself over here, I guess. Unless you guys want to see layers, I don't know. Indecisive, I guess. I'll put myself over here instead. Back to where we were, but a little bit smaller. Also, I've recently got one of these, I a trackball mouse, so I'm getting a bit used to it. Just to be a little bit more comfortable. Now, let's get into the drawing, because that's what you're all here for. I say, I'm gonna do a couple of these basic forms and things that are very necessary for us to draw everything we draw. And I haven't got any references with me, but I kind of just want to draw a couple of shapes and stuff just to show you guys how to fill in anything like a body part or something like that. I'm gonna get started with the head, because we draw the head a lot, and most of you probably know when you start drawing a head, you start with a circle or a sphere, whatever you want to. That was so you want to start with a circle when you're drawing a head, because with this circle I am able to dictate everything else that I'm doing with the drawing. So by placing, this has a look at the software. It has like a ruler that you could just put in. Look how awesome that is. Oh yeah, I'm still learning it a little bit, but with the circle, we're gonna put a cross through it, right in the middle. Also, I do recommend any of you that you follow along with this. If you have a piece of paper or anything by hand, if you want to follow along, it'll be great. You can also post it in the Discord, which, again, I forgot to put the link to it. I'll put it in the chat. See, I feel like it is a lot easier to do these as videos. There's a lot more stuff that I have to kind of manage here. Let me create an invite real quick. So anyone that wants to join the Discord and hasn't yet, it will be in here. Generate new link. I don't know if I'm doing it the right way by always getting a new link in, but you know. Let's drop that. There we go. That's the Discord for anyone here who isn't part of it. Anyway, back to the drawing. This software, by the way, really, really cool. As you can see, I've got like a textured paper on here. The reason why I'm loving it so much is it's the closest software that I've got that gets to like a more realistic drawing. So that's kind of why I wanted it so badly. But using this, I've got the main structure of the face sort of prepared. And the way the skull works is we know that like the face starts building in closer to the skull. So cutting it off somewhere around here and here, this is where the face is going to appear, because we know that the head isn't perfectly round here, and we get our eyes more closer to here, we get the forehead shape and all of that. This is just a good guideline to go off of. So already by looking at shapes and breaking down shapes, we're able to start creating something different. And I think this is the best way of going along with drawings, right? You wanna just try and break down everything into the simplest form. So by that, I'm gonna start drawing a square or a rectangle, I guess, over here. I'm gonna try not to use the ruler too much because I always feel like it's a little bit of cheating. Plus, it's always a little bit too straight. But this is a cool tool. Can't lie about that. Look at that. Oh, Procreate is awesome. Depends on what you're using, man. Because I'm not on an iPad at the moment. I'm using a Mac or a PC, anything like that. You can't get Procreate on there. I think Procreate's awesome. I've used it for a very long time. It was the software that really got me into digital art, but it is by all means it is professional, but I felt like it lacked some features that like Photoshop had, and I just prefer having like my keyboard nearby and clicking the shortcuts and everything to get drawing. So that's just kind of preference. Procreate is fantastic, especially for the price, because I think it's like $10 if anyone buys it, or £10. That's how much I bought it for, unless it's changed. But it is extremely cheap and it is awesome, and it is definitely one of the top digital software. But this, what makes this so special is its engine with oils and everything. Because if you have a look at the texture and everything that is created here with using oils, and when you like start to mix them, it works with the paper and the canvas that you have to almost create like the same texture. It's not cheating. I know it's not cheating, but you know what? It's absolutely not cheating. Don't listen to me. But I just don't want to use it for some reason. I feel bad for people that don't have it sometimes when they're watching, and I'm like, oh, you don't need to use this. Just make sure you use your freehand. I've always been a freehand guy. Oh, there's the texture more. See, this program is very good for paints and mixing paints, and it has some crazy technology that is able to mix with the canvas, and you can change the papers and everything. It's really cool, especially for painting. And I'm still learning it, by the way, so please bear in mind if I'm a little bit slow on all this. That is exactly why. I'm just new to it. Oh yeah, no, the texture stuff is really, really great on this software. I've been a massive fan since I used the trial. You can get a trial for this for like 60 days or something to try it out. It's a very long trial, and you can obviously make multiple accounts and constantly use it on a trial if that's the way you want to go about it. But you do need a PC or a Mac to use this. Anyway, back to the head. Since it isn't cheating, I know, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the ruler tool occasionally just to make it a little bit clearer for you guys to see. So I just did another line, and now we've got two smaller rectangles, which are the perfect spot for our eyes. And depending on how you go about it, you can also use circles for this. You can now put in circles to sort of indicate where your eyes will go. If any of you sort of been keeping along with the fundamental days stuff that we've been doing, knowing what the skull is under here lets us know where this sort of socket for the eyes is. So that always helps out when we're drawing, and that's the fundamental knowledge that helps us do these sort of things. But what I also like to do is just use this ending point here to create my eyes. And this probably isn't going to be the perfect example of a face, but I'm going to use this spot to put my eyes. And the shape of it is also fairly simple. It's 3 lines. I don't know what this shape is called, I forget. It's not a trapezoid or whatever it's called, or a rhombus. I can't remember, good old school days. But as you can see, I'm starting to just use shapes to build up this face. And now what I'm doing is connecting these different spots, which here I'm going to use the ends of my eyes to mark out where the chin will be built up. I'm still yet to find my preferred brushes on this software, so do bear with me. But now I'm going to connect these, and we're starting to build a face. Now it's very wonky and I haven't done it right, but do bear with me. I don't know why it's so hard to make a damn line. I will erase this. My dream is to one day have a Wacom, like one of those massive... Oh, do you know what? See, I'm still learning the software. Now I've officially changed my the color of my brush by pressing a button. I keep thinking this has the exact same buttons as Photoshop, which it obviously really doesn't. But hey, you know, I'm making a wonky face. It's all good. And I've changed it again. Alright, you know what? I may be clicking X, which is the button to grab a color off the canvas. So that might be my issue. Let's see. I've very much chicken scratched this. I'm starting to think that doing these fundamental days as a live stream is not going to be a great idea. Nah, man, what? I think it just resets my color every time I go back. Yep. 17 minutes in and we are finally drawing. You know what? I think that's the live stream thing of this. It's just... Yeah, every time I go on the brush it changes my color of it. I don't know why. Probably something I'll have to figure out eventually. Why? Why do you change my color? That's not fun. So every time I go into my eraser and come back, it will swap colors. It might be an issue, one of those, bugs that you get at the beginning of any software that launches. You know what? I think I'm gonna scrap the fundamental stuff. I'm just gonna grab a screen, and we'll go off of that, and we'll start doing a little bit of relaxed drawings. Let's see, where did I put these? Art assets, cinematic shots. Oh, perfect. We have. Oh, this is cool. I can ask you guys. We have Better Call Saul. We have Breaking Bad. We have The Grand Budapest Hotel, Interstellar, No Country for Old Men, No Time to Die, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, French Dispatch, and The Sopranos. I have screen grabs from all of these, and you guys get to choose where we're gonna do. Yeah, no, this maybe I should have watched the tutorial for how this works. Maybe that would have been a good idea, but I always like to figure out my stuff as I go along. But what do you guys think I should do as a screen grab? Once again, out of all the things I named, Breaking Bad, let's go. Alright, that's the same one I was thinking. I have two cool screen grabs. I say we do this one. This one looks awesome. This is when he's, ask me to create a new layer. Look at that. I got this screen grab from Breaking Bad, and I also have this screen grab. Oh yeah, I wish. I do wish. It would be nice to get sponsored. Maybe one day, when I'm a little bit bigger, they'll be like, hey, this guy likes our software. Maybe he'll, maybe we can sponsor him. By that time, as I already do, I already have the software. Can I? Oh, there we go. There's another new layer. There we have two screen grabs, both Breaking Bad, greatest TV show of all time. And we will put them over here. They're also very nicely contrasting in colors. Totally planned. All right. Look at that. See, I already have fan support to get me a sponsorship with Rebelle. That would, do you know how awesome that would be? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this, which, let's figure out how this works anyways. Grab this layer. See, everything's going wrong. I believe my tablet is not allowing me to breaking Rebelle. My tablet is not showing me the full screen, which is awesome. The more problems, the merrier. Oh no, now it is. Man. It's alright. We will get to this. We will get to it eventually. I'm sure it's. I'm sure it just wants this to be a little bit more difficult. Nothing in life that's easy is good. You have to work hard for it. There we go. Let's see. Maybe this will be the fix that we need, and I'll go back to Breaking Rebelle. Yeah, there we go. I've got the full screen ability now. Fantastic. Let's just please minimize the issues. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start drawing Heisenberg, because Heisenberg is an insane character. And I was at a point where I was trying to figure out what do I prefer? Do I prefer The Sopranos or do I prefer Breaking Bad? And it was such a hard choice. So I decided that I like both of them greatly. And they're both some of the, if not the best shows on TV ever made. And obviously Better Call Saul too. That is an absolute... It's pretty, in my opinion, just as good as Breaking Bad. Yeah, just as good as Breaking Bad. Losing all my words. I think it was just as good. It was amazing. Here we are trying to draw Heisenberg on our live stream. I'm probably going to end up botching him, but I can't botch the great Heisenberg. He does have, look at his chin, spiky. When drawing this, I'm trying to find points on his like face where I can try and connect things. So, as you saw me just connect like the chin to this point of his head, and I've got a structure being built already, and it's just a little bit easier for me to understand what to do next. So that's why I sometimes place random lines. I think this is a pretty cool screen grab. I love the yellow. I think this is at the beginning when he's walking to... Was it this one? Where he's walking to Tuco and you can see him through the glass. This is like when he first shaves his head. Many argue the first moment where he becomes Heisenberg. Got his face building up here. We'll see if I'm able to get this right. Do a little bit closer so we can see. And again, it swapped colors. I'm sure it's an option somewhere, which reset brush changes. Save volumes and paint mode into brush preset. Is that it? Don't save. Line smoothing. Oh yeah, I know what option that is. Reset brush changes. Okay, that wasn't it. Cool. Maybe it's the color options. Color wheel. Oh, we got a color square. You guys are learning the software with me here. So clear history, color set, close. No idea. Color sliders, color history, color set, color history. I'm sure it's in a setting somewhere, and I'll find it afterwards. This is why I tend to prefer drawing traditionally. There is no settings to go wrong when you're drawing. It's just you and your art. Alright, we're getting his neck in. It feels a little bit too thick, but I also have decided to choose a reference which is not the greatest in terms of clarity, but I'll see. We can try out some of the painting options here as well. See how that goes. His forehead is very angular here. And then this head up here is quite straight. I want to try and keep as many of these things true to life, accurate. Bryan Cranston here being my model for the day. And then now I'm going to get my color reset again. But I guess I can always come back in here and see. I think I made his nose a little bit too long. Why does it keep changing? Let's see if there's any preferences that I can change here. Show cursor shape, brushes. Save a dirty brush, automatically switch, all paint tools. Color. Maybe here. Maybe this is it. Probably not. Preserve colors when possible. Keep original preserve colors transparency may change. Don't adjust colors. Don't adjust colors? No. Mix color. Yeah, do you know what? I will figure this out. I know I will. Enable touch, single touch, multi-touch. No, nothing here. Zoom at cursor, rotate. Oh, change something. Didn't mean to do that. No. Sorry if I'm boring you guys with this. I'm still figuring this stuff out. But if I change it and go back, yeah, it changes. Why? Pencils. Shift N or hold Shift N? Shift N? What does that do? Shift N. What have I done? What? Okay. No, there's obviously always a learning curve. Oh, yeah, that would be awesome. I'm looking for why my color changes every time I go back to my brush on Rebelle 7. I do appreciate you looking out for me there. I don't realize why it's doing it. And I know it sounds tedious, but I get really I hate when stuff like that happens. Yeah, see, but now that I switch back to pressing B, if you pay attention to like the color wheel here, if I press E, so E is for eraser, and then I go back to B, which is brush, it just changes color. No idea why. Maybe B is also a shortcut for changing color. Can you imagine if that was it? You know what? Let's see quickly if that is what it could be. Keyboard shortcuts. Let's find the command B. Tools? Oh no, well yeah, they'll be down here. Tools. If I press B, where's B? I'm sure that has to be the answer, right? Last paintbrush. It's B. What about color? Why? Why do you do it? It could be a bug. It could very much be a bug because this is brand new software. So it could very much be something like that. But I just do not understand why. Window, help, community, send feedback. Tools, hold. Oh, God. Yeah, you know what? I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. It's alright for now. We'll get back to drawing our glorious Heisenberg. If you do find anything though, that'll be awesome. If not, it's all good. He has got his signature upper lip over the lower lip. He always does that. I do love the texture that this pencil's creating. Maybe this is the program telling me I should stop erasing and just embrace my mistakes. That's definitely it. Oh look, suddenly I have a colors here. I was very much expecting a learning curve with this, so it's completely okay. When I did use the sixth one, I didn't have this issue, which is why I'm thinking that this may be a bug. When I used Rebelle 6, the trial of it, there was this was never happening. So that is the only reason why I suspect there may be a bug, which I'm sure will be patched very soon. Which I hope at least, because this did come out later than it was supposed to. They did have a little bit of delay on it. Got the stash, the Heisenberg stash, and the goatee. Of course, can't miss the goatee, man. It does really feel like actual pencil when I'm drawing on this. How cool was that? There's our Heisenberg being born, reborn, created. Might have to cut. Okay, in the properties, there's same to be 3. Okay, the properties the same. Let's have a look. Where is that? Brush mechanics. Is it this stuff? Yeah, it could be that. It could be that. That could be my... You mean in here when you actually customize the brush itself? That's a good good question. It could just it could be happening for a different brush that I'm using. Let's see. Oh no, when I do it when I do it there, it happens again. Let's see if I do it for paint, if it's the same. So I've got this, eraser, change the color, and then go back to brush. Ah, look at that. So it is only happening for the pencil. That's interesting. See, you've already figured it out. It seems to only happen for the pencil. Maybe it's because a pencil is... Oh, nice. Deleted everything. Maybe it's because they're like... Okay, yeah. This makes all this... You've worked it out. God bless, man. That is it. 2H pencil, lighter grey. H pencil, darker grey. It's just presets for the pencils. That's exactly it. Wow. Yeah, that's that's what it was. It's the fact that the brush is automatically set to that color. That's why it happens. So technically I should be using an 8B pencil if I want a dark line, or a 2B pencil if I want a darker line. Yep. All right, I get you. This is the realism I was talking about, right? It's here to keep us at bay and keep us in the realism. That's why it's happening. It all makes sense. Thank you so much for checking out. Now it all makes sense. It all makes sense. The color was changing because that's the preset. Yep, managed to find it. Appreciate you, man. It's what it is it's the brushes here, so the pencils, because I'm selecting things like 8B pencil, H pencil, HB pencil. They all have a preset color to them, so that is why. So I'm using Rebelle 7. It's a new one that I picked up. It's meant to be very realistic when it comes to like digital painting and digital art. So yeah, Rebelle 7. Thanks. Yeah, it's so realistic that it was changing my pencil colors, and I was getting annoyed at it. And there's also this bug which leaves. I'm not giving this software a great first impression, am I? It's alright. It's to be expected. This is pretty much Rebelle 7. Cheers, man. Seriously, that was a big help. So it's a great program, but it's just how everything is. You know, when you first pick up something new, you need to figure it out. And when something comes out on the first day, there's some things expected to go wrong. I can't remember how to make this go away though. So I guess we'll have to deal with it. Maybe if I do a new one. Ooh. Man, I'll get better at this, I promise. There we go. Yeah, now there we go. Got rid of it. Yeah, so don't let this throw you off the program. It's just Photoshop wasn't perfect when it first came out either. Although this is the 7th iteration of this, but Still, it is fun to use. It makes digital art a lot nicer for me. As someone who loves digital art but also very much loves traditional art, this is a perfect mixture. All right, let's see if we can get a little bit of the face details in on our Heisenberg. I hope you guys can tell this is Heisenberg. I know it's a side profile, which obviously I got a side profile. Great. I should have got a full front profile of him, but this is all the screen grabs I have. I can actually show you guys the folder because I have some interesting things in here. If it will show me. Yeah, there we go. So I have in here, I have a couple screen grabs. We have this, and we have this. This is, by the way, really good way to study how to draw things. It's by grabbing like screenshots of your favorite shows. I have Better Call Saul here. He's got some great ones. Oh, this is a good scene. You can use all of this stuff to practice drawing. It's fantastic. Let's see. Breaking Bad, Grand Budapest Hotel. Great shots here as well. It's going to be good for trying to draw a face. I'll go through a couple of these today, hopefully. Interstellar. This one's great. I've actually practiced this one already. It was good drawing this scene. Oh, man. But grabbing some screenshots of your favorite shows is a very, very good way to study how to draw something. All right, now I'm going to try and get his full body further in. I absolutely love that my second stream, I'm drawing Heisenberg already. I thought it was going to come about. At some point, I thought I was going to be drawing a Heisenberg somewhere. And it's finally coming true. Heisenberg has such a great face to draw. He is very distinct. How would you say it? I don't know. I don't know the word I'm looking for. I am going to push back his neck a little bit. Also, opportunity to check. Absolutely. Studying grey images is a fantastic practice. Also, you can get rid of... Look at that. You can get rid of your thingy real quick. Sorry. Yeah. Practicing grayscale is awesome for learning how to play with light and how to correctly build your image. It's very, very, very good practice. I believe I can make these black and white. I just don't know how yet. But that's by doing that, you are learning how to do your... I forget the word. Your values. There we go. Values. And values are one of the very, 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 very most important fundamentals when it comes to painting or drawing. It just helps you set a good contrast and a good base for your drawing. So it's a very, very good way to practice. So that's awesome. No, no worries. I make typos all the time. Yeah, he has great facial features, man. He is his face it's almost like a skull. He looks really he looks scary, man. Oh yeah, I do see a lot of people that go for painting him. Oh, there we go. I found them. Hue and saturation. This is what we wanted. So I'm gonna make this grey. And look, by making it grey, I can much more see the shadows and everything and what's important in making up his face. So by doing that, we now have much clearer information, and now I can start to see where I should be putting that into my own drawing. So yeah, that's if I can recommend you guys to do something, I very much recommend that you do some value practices. And now suddenly my pencil is because it's turned to blend. Yeah, he does have a really, really good face to draw. That's why a lot of people do find him enjoyable to draw. I know there's a guy who does very realistic, photorealistic drawings. I think his name is Fabrice, the artist. And I found him because he did a portrait of this guy, like a hyper-realistic portrait of Heisenberg. And it looked really good. Now let's see, can I do some... Oh, I can do shading. Look at that. And if I get this, I can then blend it. Oh, that's very powerful. I get this and I can start blending it. Okay. It looks okay. I feel like it could be a little bit smoother. I think this also very much depends on what paper you use. On the software, I think they all have like a different effect on this. I'm gonna try out some watercolors on him in a minute because I want to show you guys this stuff, because that stuff here is impressive in this software. The watercolors work just like they do in real life. It is, well, not exactly like them, but they work really, really cool. Like they'll start blending with the paper and everything. I'm also thinking about doing these live streams a little bit more often, simply because I wanted to spend a little bit more time on the videos, like make some slightly better projects on there, try and put a little bit more time into the editing and everything, just to make sure people can enjoy it, and, you know, trying to get the more typical video style, I guess, if that makes sense. Putting a little bit more editing, plus a project that I'm working on, and I really want to get working on it. And I think by doing these live streams, I'll be able to do this sort of stuff with you guys, which I very much enjoy. And I'll also have a little bit more time to work on like a bigger project. And then we'll go back to the usual as we're doing always. Now, do I ink this? Try and ink this guy. I think I'll ink him. Let's see. We can drop the opacity here, and we've got some inks here. There's a dip pen. Look at that. It's a very basic ink, but still awesome. I can mix water with it. What does that do? Nothing. What did that... Oh, look at that. It bleeds into the paper. Do you see it? When you, depending on what paper you use, maybe if I do a thicker line, look at it bleed into the paper. It's slightly growing. And I think that's what the water might be doing here. I think the more I add, no. The less I add, does that make a difference? I think. Alright, there we go. Let's ink this guy. Do you know what? This actually kind of looks like a dip pen. It is definitely blending with the paper. It gives it that more authentic feel, which I'm a big fan of. It's a big reason why I got a dip pen. I wanted to feel the authenticity. Except this dip pen is erasable. Otherwise, you'd have to use whiteout or anything like that. Unfortunately, I didn't get the pro version of this software, which I don't think I get nanopixel technology if I don't have the pro version. So no, because I think otherwise I could like zoom in really, really, really close and you'll be able to see it. But unfortunately, I didn't. But I didn't need it. That's kind of the reason why. Like I was thinking about it, but I didn't really need it, so I decided that, hey, you know, it's a great feature, but nothing that I need at the moment. I can always upgrade. I also think for anyone who doesn't like the simulation stuff, like for example the ink bleeding into the paper here, I'm pretty sure you can turn that off. So that's That's a feature that you can just use if you want or not. I'm very big fan of the way that looks. It's like an automatic filter that it's putting onto my work, and it's making it look a lot nicer. A lot nicer in my opinion, as someone who likes this kind of look. Add a couple of hair strands in here. Heisenberg's goatee. I wonder if when I put what's it called? When I put watercolor on this, oh god, if it'll ruin. It's just like it does in real life, depending on what ink you obviously use. But maybe using slightly too thick of a line, no problem. Our G pen is adjustable in this universe, or dip pen. I don't know why I call it a G pen. It's probably because of the zebra G nib that you can get for. I really like the texture that this produces. Look at that. It's not like super dark ink now, which again, I think maybe if I do just the paint option, that I know that I'll be able to like figure it out. Now I think it's gonna, oh wow, look, I put way too much and now it all bled into each other. Ah, yeah. It is locked behind Pro, but I think if you do the trial, it obviously, I think it gives you all the features, right? I was very intrigued by the offer this year, and I didn't have 6, so I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to get it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. Eyebrows. Start building out the shape of his head a little bit more with our ink. I think the option is somewhere here. Artist Typhoon. I'm fairly new to this software, but is there an option to turn off like the features where the ink bleeds into the paper and stuff like that? I never got around to that one. I can rotate. I'm kind of going off of my knowledge of Photoshop for this, for all the shortcuts, so that's why I kind of run into issues sometimes. Are we straightened out? No, we're not. Rulers, okay. Yeah, see, I'm learning it all still. But I'm very much enjoying it. I do like learning new software. There's something fun about it. It's the challenge, I think. That's what I like. It may have made his head a little bit too much like Squidward. I'll cut it back a little bit. F12 Rebelle is not. Ah, might be it. Let's try it. Hold on, my keyboard has a function thing. Visual. Ah, it might be here. If you do all this stuff. Right, yeah, that makes sense. Create drips, stuff like that. I'm sure if I change the settings here, but add the fedora. You've got a good point. I do have to. I have to remind myself what it looks like exactly, but I will add it. I will definitely add it. That's a good idea. Yeah. Now I'm sure the setting is somewhere in there, but I also have to remember that this is the reason I got the software, right? To have this setting. So I shouldn't play around with it too much. It's almost like me saying, "Hey, I love you. I love the program you just made, guys. But is there a way to turn off your program?" Let's see. The ear. The ear scares me. I don't like it. There's weird stuff going on inside. Why is there so many? Why is there so many lines inside the ear, man? Why? Why do I have to draw so many lines in the ear? Let me get the fedora after this. We'll add it over. I'm gonna keep this part slightly rough. Don't wanna focus on it, as in the picture it's pretty much all blacked out, and I'll use that to also do the same. Let's see if there's some details I can start adding here. Oh no, Heisenberg. You could tell that's Heisenberg, right? If you didn't have the reference next to you. There we go. That's Heisenberg. Oh, look at that, man. When you turn off the sketch layer, everything looks worse. That is a pain of the artist. That's why we need the fedora. Let me grab it off here real quick. The fast dry. That's good. That might be it. D. Ah, yes, so you pause it. It's almost like a pause button for it. I think you might be right. That is it. Yeah, you've done it. D is the option for that. And then if I press D again, it all just lays in. No, that's it. That's the option. If you don't want it, you can pause it. Cheers for that. Thank you, man. That is exactly what I was looking for. Well, I wasn't. It's exactly what I was thinking about. Alright, let's see. Heisenberg fedora. It's a simple fedora, I know, but I just want it to be authentic. I don't want to get it wrong. Actually, no, it's a bit different. Let's get the screenshot in here as a new layer. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. I'll just take a screenshot of it. There we go. We'll get it. Yeah, so basically the option is there to pause it if you wish. But why would you? If you paid for it, right? I'm gonna use the ruler. See, I'm not. I'll say it's not cheating. It's not. I'll agree with you. Boom. There we go. Oh man, I appreciate it. I'm glad, because I've always, my whole entire freaking life, I've struggled, any portrait, anything, to ever get the likeness of a character. That's one of my biggest struggles. So I'm glad the Heisenberg is getting through. Let's see if I'll do a little bit of a curved line. The beauty of digital art. Oh man, yeah, thank you. It is a hard angle. Let's see. Let's get it. Let's get the fedora. I want to sketch it, but I know I can't because I don't. This is in the sketch layer. His fedora looks like he's flipped it upside down, like this bit. It almost looks like he's flipped it. Isn't this technically a bowl? It's not like a bowler hat or something, is it? Gotta make sure I fit his head in there, because look at that, I've got the reference under it. And over here, there's like an overlap on the flap thing. It would be quite awesome if this software didn't allow you to erase ink, and it was like, hey, no, you have to paint over that. There's no erasing here. And I think I just made the ink bigger. I did. I'm getting the hang of it. I am. Definitely. Slowly but surely, it is happening. And there's his freaking fedora. Look at that. Heisenberg has a fedora. Oh, it looks alright now. Look at that. Sick. Don't need no sketch layer no more. Let's do some watercolors on this thing, because they look difficult to use on this software. Like, if I apply this wash, look at it just bleed into the paper. Is it going to make the ink go? It's not. Yeah, but look, if I apply it here, it's going to start bleeding outwards. Probably not the best example, actually. Hold on, my screen just went orange. Nighttime setting thing. Night shift. Awesome. Oh man, I'm absolute fan of the way this software works. I'm gonna use this to sort of do a wash under here. Maybe I do it roughly and then I can erase it. No, maybe I use a more accurate brush, or do the smarter thing and do this rather than doing it from black. And then I'll erase anything I don't need. What I like about the software is any drawing I do on it, I'm trying to almost treat it as if I would on an actual piece of paper, which is my favorite thing about this whole thing. Oh man, I'm glad you like it. I am glad. Let's see. Round, soft. Oh, square. And the most amazing thing is I don't have to go look for brushes, because I am addicted to trying to find new brushes on Photoshop. Literally addicted to it. And I'm so happy that I've just now got a software which has a good set of brushes that work like real brushes. Because for me, choice in art ruins me completely. The more choice I have, the worse the art will be, the worse my creativity will be. Everything suffers when I have too much choice. And with digital art, as you all know, we have so much choice. There's choice everywhere. And you can do whatever you want. And I don't like that. I like a little bit of, what's the word? Restriction. A little bit at least. There we go. And the fact that this has real materials, I feel like I have to use it as a real material. There's no new brush that I have to download, because this is it. This is the brush. I know in real life, obviously, we have many options. I have myself got plenty of brushes and pencils, but it's just too much choice. Relatable. Yeah, I know. I know, right? It's a lot of us artists do suffer with the same issue here. It's just too much choice. We don't want to be making those decisions. We want to be drawing. We want to be painting. Let's see. I'm not going to do that. No. I was about to color pick off the painting. Let's see if I can try and work in some magic here. A watercolor Heisenberg. Bear with me, this might not work out to be perfect. And I'm also doing this on one layer. I don't want to be messing with it. Also, I noticed that the ink didn't smudge, but it's because it's on a separate layer. If I do watercolor on this layer, is it gonna smudge? No. Oh, good. Good, because now I don't have to worry about what ink I buy. I absolutely know that digital art is amazing for speed and like creating everything at a much faster pace. So it's perfect for industries, it's perfect for mangakas and people that are just constantly having to churn out art. But I don't think it's going to give you creativity. I think if you want creativity, you got to open up a piece of paper and you got to work from there. If you want that. But if you want pure speed and production, then yeah, you open up some software, and I think that'll get you going. Of course, everyone works differently, but that's just what I think. I feel like I'm screwing this up. Ooh, look at that. Oh no, look, it's blending. Look at it. I've put too much paper on here. It's all bleeding now. Too much water. Sorry, not paper. Every time I go back, it bleeds in now. Damn. That is, it's a cool feature. Yeah, that's exactly my point as well. I'm not saying digital art is terrible because I like it myself. Also, I can't stop it from bleeding now. It's just constantly going. It's bleeding. What do I do? Ah, man. I can't get it to stop. No, I completely agree with you there. I think traditional art is different. It's what it should be. For me, at least. I think this is the... See, hold on. If I add like all my paints in here and say I want to do that, and then I play it, yeah, it's all going to bleed into itself. But then I can pause it again, and I can come in here and paint, and then I can play it again, and it's going to blend in with that. Man, Heisenberg is crying. I definitely don't think digital art is bad either. I think it's necessary. I'm going to redo that real quick. I said I was going to do a couple of these. I don't think I'm going to get time to do a couple of these because I'm enjoying myself a little bit too much. Let's do a wash with the watercolors. And then I'm going to go in with acrylics over top and see how that works. Almost as if I was trying to do this traditionally. And then I'll get rid of the outlines, which I could have selected this all and then filled it, but I'm doing things the hard way, not the easy way. Now I need to try and do a really long live stream one day. That would be fun. That would be awesome. Just like a study art with me live stream. We'll do everything on it. We'll do practice. We'll do some fundamentals. We'll do some fun drawings. I would love that. I think that would be a fun thing to do. There we go. We have a wash. And now I'm going to go in with, not oils, although maybe oils. Oils and acrylics, it's the same stuff. Very textured. Let's see if I can get a flatter one. Oh, that's perfect. That is exactly what I want. Awesome. Alright, so I have a wash. And now I'm gonna go in and work over it. I should probably start with how actually dark his face is from the shadow. Even darker. Can I go darker? Is it going darker? Oh, it is, but it's just blending. I want to be painting on top of it now. So less blending at first. Let's just go in with the paint. And then I'll go lighter, because that's the fun thing with digital, is you can do things the other way around. You wouldn't normally get a traditional canvas and then throw the darkest shade on top of it and then go lighter. That's typically not the way to do it. But here we can. D is to stop diffusion. Sorry, there's a heart covering your comment and I can't see it. F to fast dry. Ah, look at that. There's a little icon that pops up, and I have no idea if I'm toggling it or not. So let's try it with the watercolors real quick. Oh no, this is a wash, so it's not going to do much. It was the round one which was going crazy. Oh no, don't stop it. And that bleeds. And then if I press F, it does bleed. And then it stops it. Okay, so if I put it down and then press F, it will stop it in its track and it won't go further. Genius, thank you. Thank you so much, man. That is awesome. So now, I'll stop it there. If I press F again, is it gonna come back? No. So F is, you pretty much use this to a point where you are like, okay, let me get rid of this now. No, I mean, let me stop it, and then you press the button and it goes. Genius, right? Awesome stuff. Thank you. Thank you, man. That was I needed that. It's a good system. It's almost like a little game. You have to know when to stop it. And we're gonna have to trust the process here. I know it doesn't look great at the moment. But I'm just making sure I get all the color in. And I'm gonna be fairly rough with it, because I can always come in and clean it up afterwards. Where's the layer apparently? Perhaps you can combine both. Shift L. Don't know what I just did. I wet the layer. There's going to be a lot of learning with this, isn't there? But that's great news for me. I like that. And I'm also a massive fan of the fact you always see that texture underneath here. It's so cool. Combine both. Yeah. Maybe if I'll try it out with the watercolors in a bit, and then we'll see how that goes. I'm sure there's going to be a plenty of like these little shortcuts that you need to learn to make sure that this all works. Loading. I think that. Oh, that's. There we go. If I want more paint. So this software, although it is much cooler, it is a lot harder to use than your typical Photoshop. There's a lot more stuff you have to keep in mind, which is very, very representative of the actual materials, because oils, although I think oils are actually quite forgiving. You get to change them very, very much. Obviously depends on how you work with them, but I think they're actually quite a forgiving medium. Oh yeah, it is confusing, but you know what? Photoshop was confusing when we first tried it, or well, I'm not sure what program you use or anything like that. A painting software, it's always confusing when you first start using it. By the first week, when you're into it, it all works fantastic. So that's to be expected, and I'm sure we'll get to a stage with this where we're just all absolute geniuses, and if someone comes along and doesn't know how to use it, i.e. me, we can go help them out. And you've already helped me so much, both of you guys. Very much making him look like a comic book character. And I love it. It's just, for me, this software is a lot more enjoyable than Photoshop. Which is the main reason I wanted it, ever since doing that trial. I made a video about this on the channel as well. I very much enjoyed it, using the trial of it. I did a painting of, I think it was Daryl? No, is it Daryl? Not Daryl. What was his name? Shane from Walking Dead. Or, I think it was from because it was the actor, John Barenthal, but I don't know if the screenshot was like from Walking Dead or something. So it may have not been. I may be completely wrong. Let's get a grey for this. So technically we are creating an oil watercolor ink drawing here. Pretty sweet, I'm gonna say. And it's obviously not gonna be perfect. I'm doing this very roughly, but the main thing is it's fun. And just the ink, I want to point it out. Look how good that ink looks on here. It looks as if I've scanned this in. Like, let me get I've got a nice high quality scan of one of my drawings that I did recently for the profile picture. I've got a nice scan of it. We can compare these two. Let's zoom in a little bit. Look at that. If you look at the ink on a piece of paper, this is done with a G pen on Bristol paper, which is very similar to what I'm using over here. Like, come on, that looks as if I've scanned that. Like, there isn't much different. Obviously, you can see the pixels here, but it doesn't look much different. It looks as if I've done that, and that is exactly what I've been looking for. Mixed, yeah. Do you know what? I'm filling up the resume of mixed media here. That's what we're doing. I'm impressed with this stuff. You know, I'm sorry I keep going on about it, but I'm a big fan of what I'm using here. I've just simply for that texture that's being built here. Big fan of it. I do not really. I know there's this. There's a tilt option up here in the top right corner. I think you can change it here. Like the angle, I think. Angle, maybe it's in the like brush option here. I think because what you're talking about is like there's an option on Photoshop where you can do it, from what I remember, where you can change like the shape of the brush depending on what you use. But I'm not 100% sure yet. This is a tilt option, so it might not be it. Window, let's see if Window has anything. The brush creator, I think we just had that open. There's a mixing palette. Yeah, so it's brush creator. You know what? I'm not too sure how to do it. I am very much new to this software. I wish I could help you here, but I just do not think I can. I think I might. Yeah, no, this is all new to me here. Shape? Oh, maybe. I forgot that there's different options here. No, you can just change the shape here. I don't think you can change the tilt. Yeah, no. Do you think? I think I'm not going to be able to help you here, buddy. Sorry. If I do figure it out, I will tell you. But I don't. Unfortunately, I just do not know. This is probably one of my first days. Man, I'm very glad you were here. Thank you very much for coming along and helping me out with the software itself, because I had a couple issues with it. Hope you have an awesome day and have fun. Thank you very much for coming by. Alright, no problem. Sorry I couldn't help, man. And also, if you do find out, please let me know. Because I actually don't know. It may not even be a feature on here. I don't know if you can do it. But I'm sure you can. I just no idea where. The interface is rather simple on here, but it's still something that I have to figure out. I don't know. The tilt doesn't seem to change anything from what I can see. It kind of just works the same way. Yeah, no, I can't see any differences. Maybe some brushes work differently than others. So maybe that would be it. Maybe. Alright, I'm going to add a couple of lighter bits, and I'm going to do a little bit more loading, and I'm going to let it blend a little bit more. So I can now come in here and try and get some lighter areas, add a little variation. And then after that, we're going to call it a day, because I'm getting hungry. Not going to be much shadow here because the way the actual image is composed, sorry, not much light coming through here. The way the actual image is composed, we're not getting that much light in here anyway. So the only thing I can sort of get a little bit of light on is the edges of his face, but even then it's not a lot. So it's just really subtle. And the more subtle you can be with anything in art, I think the better of an artist you are, because it's a lot easier to just come in here and blob on paint than it is to be subtle with these things. So I think that's an important thing to always keep in mind. Subtle is the way everything should work. Get a little bit of this lighter color in here and blend it up, and then we'll go in with the darker colors, because that's going to be a lot more important here. We've got a couple of areas which are just way darker. And we can come in here and show that. Sure, there's different options which are going to be way better for like blending or painting, but I thought this one would be fun. Got a bit of a darker color here. I'm going to blend it over here and then grab what we're using. I have oils that I still want to use, like actually here in real life, that I'm still been meaning to use. So hopefully I'll get on that at some point. Maybe this will inspire me to want to paint with actual real oils. But this does work really well at imitating them, because I have used them and I know what they work like. And it's a very similar experience here. It is. It really is. I'm absolutely blown away by it. It's difficult to use for me because it's something new, as anything new is usually hard to use, but I just love the way it works. And I've been fanboying really hard about it. Doesn't look much like a comic book, but I like the look of it. It's looking alright. It could be better, but it's looking alright. Still want to try the watercolors with this. I think watercolors will look awesome on here when I learn how to use them. I feel like they're going to be one of the more difficult mediums to learn on this software. And me saying that The fact I have to learn mediums on a software, that's cool. Like, come on, that's awesome. On Photoshop, you just throw down a brush. This, you have to actually, like, figure out a workflow and do it like that. Fan. If you can't tell already. Do a little bit more blending. It's a little bit darker over here. What's my favorite art supply? Man, there's so many. The one I use the most, pencil. I'm sure most of us use the pencil the most. But I love mechanical pencils so much. They're my favorite. And I keep buying more when I really should stop. But I think my favorite is ink, man. I love using ink so much. I bought this stuff recently. You saw on the new videos, the pen, the dip pens, and the ink. I keep forgetting that I have my camera up here. Yeah, I bought those. They've instantly become like my favorite tool. I bought a new fountain pen, really cheap, but it's awesome. I may use this for some drawing. Anything ink related like that. Pentel brushes. Fine liners I like, but fine liners are easy. So I don't always like using them. Because I just feel like the lines I'm making could be a lot better if I use something else. So fine liners are great, but I would prefer to use like a fountain pen or maybe like the dip pen. I think the dip pens have been my favorite from now. What about you? What's your favorite material? Or your favorite art supply? What do you like using the most? Because we all have our great preferences, and it's great to share. On the Discord, I've put it like a EDC/pen/thing share. So if you ever have like anything that you want to share on there, like if you find a cool pencil or a cool pen and you absolutely love drawing with it and you love using it, do not be afraid to just throw it in there, because that would be absolutely awesome. I love finding new things to draw with. In terms of paint, I think my favorite paint is probably, although I don't use it much. Ooh, that's a good one. I may have that. I don't know where my pencil case. Oh, it's behind me. I hope this is the one you're talking about. Yeah, I think I have it right here. Is that the one? I can't even see myself because I've covered my screen. I'll do it just me for this one. This pen right here. I think. Yeah. Awesome choice. I think this stuff's awesome. It works really well. You can do thin lines, you can do thick lines. And I also have this. This guy is awesome. It's a Pilot G-Tech. Oh yeah, no, I did do a video on it. Yeah, this stuff's awesome. Any brush pen is awesome in my opinion. But if you're looking for like a really thin line, you probably won't be able to see it because I have like a portrait mode on. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the point. I had that in the video as well, so I don't know why I'm showing you all these. I like my materials and I like my supplies. But great choice. It's a good brand as well. Tombow is one of my favorite brands. I very much like the Pentel brush pen, brush sign pen, the really thin one that I showed off. I think they're really fun to use as well. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of a darker outline here. I might use a different, let's see, a liner. Oh, that's really dark. If I turn down the loading, is that... Oh, you can turn down the oiliness. Make it less oily. Oh, it's really strong actually. But I'll use it to do an outline here. This is nice. You could, okay. This would be awesome to do like poster paint / old anime style art on here. That's good to know. That will look awesome on here. Like Akira, you know, that sort of art style, or Cowboy Bebop, or old anime art styles, where they use poster paint for painting literally all of it. Totally achieve that effect on here. Yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Oh, I can select different options here if I want to blend it. Alright. I feel like I'm ruining this the more I go along, so I think I should calm down and start calling it a day. But there's a Heisenberg. Ooh. Heisenberg in the darkness. Ooh, no. One more thing. Gotta have the, you know, glasses reflection. Even more here. I'm gonna try and learn more about this software because I loved using it. But yeah, there you go. There's a Heisenberg. The great Heisenberg that we now have. And I'm gonna get rid of the references so that you can only see this. Let's see, can I get these two and move it? I can. Perfect. Just like Photoshop. There's a little Heisenberg that we did. A little fun Heisenberg. With the new software. This, if I was doing it on Photoshop, probably would have taken about 15 minutes. But I had to figure out how to use this stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to start wrapping it up here. I don't even know how long we were live for. 1 hour and 30 minutes. So that's all right. I'll be happy to do another one. Oh, man, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. I actually kind of like it as well. I'm not going to lie. I think I preferred it without the painting. Because I just love the texture of the ink. But this has been awesome. I'm so happy all of you came along to watch. Very, very happy to have you guys here. Let me get a little bit personal here. We're going with the full cam. Thank you, all of you, for hanging out, commenting, everything, chatting with me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit chaotic. And it's not a video, it's a live stream. I know it's been crazily chaotic because I've been trying to figure out this stuff, but we got something in the end. So I'll try and make these streams a little bit more vibey as we go along, a little bit better. And yeah, I love doing them, so I'm looking forward to doing any more. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time around. And again, thank you for coming around. Oh man, thank you for coming on. I'm really glad you guys were here. It's been great. Now, get drawing. It's time to practice those fundamentals. This was a break from the fundamentals. It's time to get back on them. So you get back on them, keep drawing, keep practicing, and I hope that every single painting you do from now on is going to be amazing. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.